Alright guys, BLM here, back with another episode of Mad Max. This will probably be the last one for today, though I might make this like a 40-ish minute one though. So yeah, we're still trying to reduce our threat level. We're over halfway there. We need to get down to 3, but this is taking forever. Yeah, this is not super easy considering we're pretty low on resources. So we have this entire area to work with though. Maybe we'll go here. We haven't done that yet. So,
the profane camps of the Scrotus hordes should be destroyed.
oh, it's this way. So at the end of the last episode, I was complaining about how terrible Big Brother 4 is. So that's something. Oh no. And like Big Brother 4 just sucks. Again, the cast is so bad. The editing is pretty atrocious. I mean, BB4 was like the hardest one to rewatch for me when I did the rewatch like 2 years ago or whatever it was now. I think I did it right before BB19 started. So. And yeah, I call BB4 my least favorite season. I think BB16 gets a lot of hate, and yeah, it's pretty bad. But the thing is, at least BB16 has fun characters. Like, even though the actual season doesn't play out in the most fun way due to Derek just pretty much dominating the season. Though there are some fun moments. I mean, the 2 times Zach gets saved are fantastic weeks, but still, there's a lot of slow periods in the game. Okay. Yeah, there's just a lot of slow periods in the game, but I think at the same time, it's like the cast makes up for it, where like BB4 has just such a boring cast outside of the 2 people that make it to the end. And again, thankfully they make it to the end, but it's like, it's pretty fucking boring outside of that. And I mean, Jack is fine. Jack is fine. He's not terrible. Even then, I don't even know how much fun he really is. I mean, it's more so... okay. Oh, do we have one in there already? Oh, I guess we do. Well, do we need to refuel? Might as well. And then BB19, which obviously gets a lot of hate. The thing about BB19, and also I should say it's about BB4, there's no interesting gameplay. Like, there's no, like, big moves. There's no iconic moment for me in BB4. Which is why I would rank it so low. Because at least BB19, I mean, at least it has a really fun first week. Okay. And then it has the Josh win at the end. Like, I mean, it has what's probably the best finale in Big Brother history. So it's like, at least there's something there. Okay. Oh, we're supposed to shoot it? Well, what if I don't want to? What if I want to... Fuck, why can't I grab this? Oh, fuck off. Really? It fell off? Let me guess there's not another one? That's some bullshit. What is this? Oh, food. We don't need it. Yeah, of course there's not another one. They'll make it too easy, right? That's a cool little dynamic thing. And then what? I'm not a big fan of BB2 either, because I just feel like the editing and everything just really drags it out. And also the structure where there's a few weeks where No one goes home. Actually, I think it only... Is it 1 week or 2 weeks where no one goes home? Either way, there's weeks where no one goes home. It's like, fuck me, man. Then also, I think Dr. Will's first game is very overrated. But whatever, that's just me. Yeah, like, I mean, obviously, like, people have Dr. Will ranked always as, like, a #1 or #2 winner, usually. Usually not any lower than #3. I have him ranked, I think, 12? or something. Like, I have him ranked pretty low. Mind you, that's because I think I rate my winners different than most people. I rate my winners on dominance, like how much control they had over the game, while most people rank just like who's the best player and that sort of thing, which is not what I do. So, because if I was ranking who's the best player, Dr. Will would be higher. I mean, he still wouldn't be #2. I think he would be like #4 or 5 or something. But he would definitely be higher. Okay. Is that enough? Oh my god, we're out of fuel.
Pink Eyes Tower. Slow in one piece.
What's that say? Massive scarecrow. Huh. Massive scarecrow. Like, what does that mean, though? Like, that's fortified, so I'm assuming massive is even bigger than fortified? Or is it not? I don't know. Oh shit, I pushed the wrong button. I meant to, yeah, go here. Because I knew there was some I missed. They're all level 5, that's really fucking high. No, I keep on doing that. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, to be honest, I don't even know what my Big Brother winner rankings is anymore. Like, I haven't really paid attention to them that much. Especially because we haven't really had a high tier winner in a very long time. So it's like, I haven't really, like, what was the last, like, top tier winner, actually? Like, I'm trying to even think. Like, I think it was Derek, right? I don't think there's been one since then. It's like we had 2 in a row with Andy and Derek, and then I think since then it's been pretty bad. Like, even if we're including Celebrity and, the other one, and BB Can. It's like, there's been no good winners recently for Big Brother. Which is a shame. I'm trying to think, even Survivor. I mean, last top tier winner for me with Survivor is Sarah. Which is, what, 2 years ago, I guess? I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. But even then, like, I mean, Wendell's, like, right there. I mean, it's not like Wendell's too far away. Like, he's literally the top of the middle tier for me. Like, he's like the top person in the middle tier. So it's like, even then, it's like, it's not like he's too far away. So, yeah, but I mean, like, with Big Brother, I mean, like, we've just had so many shit winners. I mean, Tamar is, I mean, again, Celebrity you can't really compare. But even Tamar I have pretty low. I mean, I have her above the people who won by twists. I have her above, like, Josh. And I think I have her where Casey is, which, speaking of Casey, again, I have her pretty low. Casey, again, I've talked about the flaws of Casey's game so much. But whatever. Then Josh, obviously, is pretty bad. Then what? Nicole is middle tier for me. She's like right... Actually, I think she's... Where is she out of the 19? I think she's probably like around 9 or 10, right? So she's like right in the middle, I think. Yeah, I think she's like around where I have Steve, right? I think Steve might be a little bit higher, I think. Or do I have Nicole higher? I don't remember anymore. I think, yeah, I think I have, I should have Steve higher, I think. Oh no, this is one of those. Okay. Because the thing about Steve is that Steve was never actually in a minority, right? I'm trying to think. I don't think that's the case. So, while Nicole was a couple times during that season, so it's like, or I guess one time in that season, right? And the Paulie vote is essentially what I'm talking about, or like the round where Paulie goes home.
Get your piston down! Sharpshooter!
Fuck. Damn it. Okay. Go.
Flat out, go!
Okay, at least we're making some progress.
Keep an eye on the car.
Yes, I will protect your sight. But don't be long, please.
Okay. So, yeah, and then, yeah, Steve, and then, yeah, Derek again. Derek's my number one, I think, on the winner ranking. But even then, like, I feel like there's a lot of room for improvement from Derek. It's not like Derek, because, I mean, like, I think we're ranking, like, if we're comparing Big Brother to Survivor, I mean, I think Derek's actually probably still, it's tough. It's tough with Derek, like, where, like, if we're comparing, because, like, the way I rate, winners and everything, the way I rank winners and everything allows it kind of to where you can compare Big Brother and Survivor in the sense of, again, it's dominance. It's how much control they had over the course of the season, not necessarily who would win more of the time or whatever, which that one has to be exclusive to a specific game. This one doesn't necessarily. Oh, wow, that actually worked. Oh, so the massive ones aren't that strong. You would think that they would be. Cool.
Get out or you die!
What? I'm pushing him to get out. What the fuck? What? Okay, I was pushing him to get out like way before then. For some reason, I wouldn't do it. But like, Derek is kind of the Boston Rob, right? Like, in my Survivor rankings, I have Kim Spradlin number 1, Boston Rob number 2, just because I feel like they're far and away, like, in their own separate tier of dominance. But Boston Rob, the problem with him is that, actually, to be honest though, I mean, Derek is more so, I guess Derek is more so than Kim Spradlin. I mean, they both won by the same vote count, right? 7-2, I believe. With the 2 votes that they didn't get being,
Pink eye. But her realm is all
more
overrun by
anti them.
savages.
No, I'm not really. I guess Leaf was more of a pro Sabrina. Troyzan was a anti Kim. While with Derek, both of the votes for Cody were both anti Derek. So there's that. Okay, let's try this one. Or is that the one we just tried? That might have been the one that we just tried. Maybe we go for this one.
I think the profane camps of the Scrotus hordes should be destroyed.
So, yeah. I think Derek's tough, actually. Like, Derek's such a tough one because, again, he had so much dominance in the season. Like, the only week where he doesn't, like, blatantly have control over the game is the first week. And even then, he's well positioned within the house with good relationships and everything to support himself. So it's like he pretty much dominated the entire season. Because again, that's kind of similar to how Kim Spradlin played, whereas Kim Spradlin the first week, our first couple rounds, like wasn't really the forefront of the game, but she was so well positioned, and then by the swap, she's like clear ahead, like she's clear number one from that point on. So it's like it's kind of similar to Derek, and the problem I have with Derek is the fact that he was helped by twists. Now, none of them are like 100%, oh, he would have lost the game if he didn't have those twists there. But it's certainly not great. I did not mean to do that, by the way. Do we have any bullets here? We just need one bullet. Okay, cool. Then again, this is a bad shot, though. Uh-oh. Actually, wait, can we? We can take out the gun, right? I believe that's the thing we can do.
No time.
Oh, no, we can't? I thought we could take out the... Oh, well, that sucks. Because all we need to do is shoot it. We need to shoot the barrels there. Oh. Not even halfway though. It's not great. Okay, wait. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to... Okay, no, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Okay, yeah, but I mean, like, there's, like, again, with, like, Derek was 100% helped by Team America, and he was also 100% helped by the Final Five redo, that happened. So it's like, or whatever they called it. I forgot what they officially called it, but, like, he was helped by those things. Oh, shit, we could have used this. Shit. Oh, that was a waste, then. So, I mean, and the Frankie one being the more damning thing, in my opinion, because, again, it's so unclear what would have happened with Frankie. Because if that week had gone by, Victoria goes home. Oh, what the fuck? What? What? Wouldn't even let me dodge. Okay. He's like, with Frankie still there, because, I mean, what was going to happen is Victoria was going to go home at 5, which leaves Derek, Caleb, Cody, and Frankie, right? I do feel like Derek and Cody are still able to convince Caleb. Oh, so okay, wait. This is what happens in the real game: is that at Final 4, Derek wins HOH, right? So I mean, either way, he's in the Final 3. However, Frankie could have won that veto. It would have been Frankie versus Cody in the veto, and whoever wins that pretty much dictates the game at that point. And again, Frankie could have easily won that. If Frankie had won that veto, he votes out Cody. The Final 3 is Frankie, Derek, and Caleb. And then we have an endurance challenge for part 1. Was it? Frankie probably wins that. We have a physical / mental challenge for part 2. Derek probably wins that. And then it all comes down to HOH, which, I mean, mind you, final HOH was won by Cody. Derek lost. I believe in a tiebreaker, though, right? So it's like, again, it's so up in the air. Like, I mean, it's so up in the air that I'm not really going to fault him too much. But it is still something that marks him from being perfect. Because, I mean, if Frankie had won final HOH, I do think he probably takes Derek. I mean, he takes Caleb in that situation. But then again, but if Frankie does take Derek in that situation, I do think Derek beats Frankie. I think. It's not clear. It's not clear by... Actually, no, I'm thinking about it. It is clear. He does beat Frankie. Because he gets Nicole and Hayden. He gets... Cody. He gets Caleb at that point. Because, like, Derek and Cody were 100% able to get Caleb to flip on Frankie. So, yeah, I think that... So that's 4 votes right there. He would only need... I mean, he doesn't get Donnie or Jocasta. Just like he did in real life. And Victoria. He gets Victoria. So, yeah, he wins already against Frankie anyway. So, yeah, so, I mean, there's not as much criticism there. But, again, like, I think at the end of the day, I'm like, if I'm doing a who's better, Derek from Big Brother or Kim from Survivor, I think Kim's better because Kim wins no matter what. Like, there's literally no situation that could have happened from Final 7 on where what's her name? Kim, where Kim loses the game. There's literally no situation. Every single person from Final 7 on, with the exception of maybe Tarzan, was going to take Kim to the end. And even Tarzan's plan was to go to 4 with Alicia, Christina, himself, and Kim, where Alicia would have picked him over Christina. So it's like no matter what happens in any of these situations, Kim's at the end and wins the game. Like, there's no jury vote, she loses. Like, it's literally like she had the game won from Final 7.
Praise the numinous.
Sit tight.
So that's one thing that's really impressive about her game. Again, a lot of that being due to her amazing social positioning, where she was aligned with everyone at the Final 7, with the exception of Tarzan. And again, even Tarzan wanted to go to Final 4 with her, so it's like... I just think, like, it's not even... I think Kim is just far and away the best winner we've had so far. But then again, even her game isn't perfect. Again, she did not get 2 votes. One from Troyzan, which is partially due to her mismanagement of him. To a degree. I mean, again, like, not bad enough to lose the game, obviously, but bad enough to not get his jury vote. And then her not having a relationship with Leaf, who was like one of the only people in the entire game she didn't have a relationship with. Those are 2 jury votes she lost. Shit. So it's like, it's not a flawless game. And then also the fact that she came, I mean, relatively close to going home at Final 9. I mean, not because she wasn't in the majority, she was very clearly in the majority. However, the way that they split the votes, that there was a possibility if Troyzan had played the idol correctly and he could have gotten Jay or, I think he needed Jay, right? To side with him. Jay or Leaf, I think, to side with. If he got, or no, I think he needed both. Either way, if Jay and Leaf had not been dumb, which again, part of the reason why they were dumb was, or at least with Jay's situation, or in Tarzan 2 could be added to that, is because of how great Kim's game was. But there was a possibility of her going home that week due to an idol play. And obviously she figures out that Troyzan has the idol and puts the votes on Jay instead, which again is a masterful move. But again, like, supposedly that's what Troyzan was upset about, is that she supposedly did it when you weren't supposed to be talking. So like he was upset about that. Time's up? Okay. Fuck. Oh, I should have pulled on it. I just realized I'm a fucking idiot. I could have just pulled on the fucking building the entire time. Okay. So let's just go here. Switch to this. What? And then do this. I could have done that from the beginning. I'm a fucking idiot. What? Why isn't it working now? There we go. Oh, I just realized there's food there. I didn't even fucking notice that. So, should we go here next, maybe? Oh, we're gonna die, aren't we? I think it's pretty clear we're gonna die at this point.
The wheel!
So, yeah. And it looks like it's pretty secure, though. Actually, is it? Yeah, it is, right? Yeah. We'll see. If there's explosives here, then we're good. I don't see any right now. And we technically have a hook. No? And then, like with, I guess I could talk about Boston Rob too, where it's like, the reason why those two are so high is because just, like just the level of dominance they had from the entire season. Again, like Kim Spradlin, I mean, I think it's a bit different because Kim Spradlin, again, like didn't necessarily dominate the beginning tribe. She was part of the majority alliance, and I mean, had a good position within it, but she wasn't really dominating that first, 4 rounds of the game. But, her, the way she played the rest of the game, like she was in front the entire time, and was able to, like be in a position where she wins in almost every situation. Boston Rob's a bit different, where he was pretty much in control the entire time. Like from the very beginning to the very end, he was in control the entire time. The problem with him is that obviously he didn't play the best, have the best jury management, with the other side, and even with his own side. I mean, to be honest, like, again, like the jury was actively looking for reasons to not vote for him, but they just couldn't think of any. I mean, like, it was just like when he was against, Sabrina, what was it? When he was against, oh, what's her name? Natalie and Philip. It's like there was just no other option there for them at that point, in their opinion. Is that a flamethrower? I forgot this was a thing that tells you stuff about whatever. Alright, I guess we'll use our own explosive. Our own fuel can, I mean. I don't want to, but we can. Okay, cool. Oh, fuck off. Okay, I guess we can't go from there. You know, like, while, again, Boston Rob played such a dominant game to where, like, even though he could only win against Natalie and Philip, he was able to control every single thing to make it so he was, again, in the end against Natalie and Philip. Oh, shit. Okay, wait. No, this one. Maybe, I don't think we picked up another bullet for this, did we? No, we didn't, of course. So what's the best way to do this then? Can we break this in the front? Can we break this or no? No? Really? Maybe we can pull it? Oh wait, how much? Okay, we're like halfway through this. It took an entire half hour to do that too, by the way. Yeah, we're gonna end probably in the next 10 to 15 minutes, and that'll be it for today. I'll record again tonight, probably. No? Really? Okay, I mean, I guess what we can do is just try to throw it, I guess. And not ignite it, though. Okay. Okay, you got it. That was kind of close. Ooh. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. I can't eat food? Okay, cool. Really? Okay, good, they disappeared. Might as well grab this stuff too then. Thank God the entire fucking base of the thing is gone. How convenient, right? Okay. Yeah, Big Brother, I mean, my current ranking of the winners in terms of dominance right now, I think, if I remember right, is Derek, then Andy, then Dan, then Hayden, or maybe Hayden above Dan, I think. Yeah. Though, again, I think the Big Brother one's the one there's more room for debate. I feel like my Survivor one's pretty solid at this point, where I'm pretty solidified in my opinions about the Survivor stuff. Okay, let's go to that one. For the most part, again, like, because I've thought about the Survivor one so much that I think it's accurate to what I actually believe at this point. Big Brother one I haven't thought about nearly as much, so that one's a bit more up in the air. However, I was doing it when I was doing the rewatch of Big Brother. Like, I think, like, Hayden and Andy, I think Hayden could be above Andy. I currently have Andy above Hayden, but I don't think there's, I think there's definitely room for debate there. And then, same thing, I mean, even with Derek. I mean, again, Derek, I mean, not really. I think I talked myself into, like, when I talked through the Frankie thing. I think Derek, either way, had a very good chance of winning the game, no matter what. Because, I mean, Frankie was in the position where he had to win out. Now, obviously, the fact that they redid the week screwed him over. But it's like, if he didn't win 2 of the next, or 3 of the next 5 competitions, he loses the game anyway. So, and even if he does win all those, he could have still potentially taken Derek, and Derek would have beaten him. So I feel like that's not really a criticism that should really be held too much against Derek, even though it did greatly benefit him that Frankie did go home at 5. Actually, no, that's a good thing, actually. Perfect. Yeah, so massive scarecrows are actually easier to destroy than fortified ones. I thought massives would have been like the highest one. But oh no. Fuck. No. No.
Please, be careful.
Oh no. Okay. Cool. Okay. That just happened. Yeah, I lost the mic and now I'm getting killed. Okay. Cool. Damn it. How far away are we? Should be pretty close now, right? Okay. Yeah, then the problem I have with Dan's game, I used to like think that Dan was the best winner of Big Brother ever, and I mean I still think he's the best player of Big Brother ever, but in terms of a winning game, again, like he's a bit lower than. I mean, the thing is that obviously he was on the outs the first week. That's not great. I mean, not he was not on the out. He was blindsided the first week, and then he was on the outs for the next like 2 weeks to follow. Mind you, he was able to make good relationships during those weeks that led to him making that. I mean, he never really had a. The thing is, it's so weird because this is such a weird one where him and Memphis were obviously a duo, and then Keisha and Rennie were a duo, and they were working together. However, they never actually officially had an alliance, and that's really strange. But either way, yeah, he's played the most masterful game with jury management probably ever in BB10. Obviously, BB14 is a bit more mixed. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, he was never winning BB14 to begin with. Like, there was no possibility of him winning to begin with. So just the fact that he was able to position himself. Again, I mean, this isn't about BB14 anyway. Again, I only consider the winning season anyway. When I do the season rankings, I'm not gonna like I don't consider like I don't even consider Boston Rob. Like when Boston Rob wins on his 4th try, I don't take that into account. It doesn't matter. It's just more so how he played in that one season. Well, shit. How far into the episode are we? Okay. Actually, no, we're kind of fucked, aren't we? I just realized that. Wait, what is that marker that's... Oh, it's just telling us to go here. Is that what it is? Yeah, because we're not in the region. Yeah, we're fucked. Yeah, I don't care. Just let me die. I should have fast traveled. I don't know why I didn't fast travel out. But yeah, trying to think of who else is there to talk about here. I'm trying to think of like I can't even remember like where I ranked the winners anymore. I mean, what I know, Will, Lisa, and June are pretty close to each other, like in the kind of middle to like sort of bottom middle tier, if I remember right. You know, I think we're just gonna end here. I think this is just a good spot to end. We'll finish this stuff later. What does that mean? Time played 1 days 6:39. What does that mean? Whatever.
We'll deal with it.
You know, like I know though. I'll just talk for another few minutes because I don't want to talk about this. So I mean, like I know there because I mean with my Survivor rankings, like I know very solidly where everyone is. With Big Brother, it's a bit more mixed. I think it's yeah, and then I think Drew is like slightly above them, and then Maggie is way above them. All of them so far, and then Mike Boogie is below Maggie, I believe, but above everyone else. Or maybe even Mike Boogie might be above Maggie. I don't remember. I think they're in the same tier. I know. And the problem I have with Maggie is obviously she completely. I mean, she played like one of the most dominant games in the history of Big Brother, but at the same time, she alienated the other side so much that she almost loses against Yvette. I mean, that's and again, there's the rumors that she was supposed to lose. And Howie voted wrong, though there's also the rumors that Howie's just saying that because he didn't want to upset Janelle and James, but he wanted to stay true to Rachel. So it's like, because Rachel was very anti-Yvette. So, I mean, really, that's just all over the place. And to be honest, I'm not even going to take that into consideration. I thought about it for a while, but like I kind of realized that, yeah, there's no proof to this. I mean, I'm not going to take this into consideration. Like, I mean, there is kind of proof that he did say that, that Howie did say that, but there's no proof that it's true, and well, who cares? Either way. And then Boogie, obviously, a lot of people, like, I think he's a worse player than Maggie, in the grand scheme of things, but I think at the same time, it's like, that game of BB7 was so dominant. I mean, it really was. I mean, like, again, obviously he was with Will, which is the downside, which is that he kind of shares the credit with Will, and Will was looked at as the top dog there. So it's like, it lowers him a bit. It kind of puts him in like a Wendell spot for me, where, again, Wendell played like kind of a dominant game alongside Dominic, but Dominic is the top dog there, so that kind of brings Wendell down for me. So yeah, because again, like Dominic was looked at as like the bigger strategic threat, the bigger strategic player, while Wendell wasn't. Same thing with Will and Boogie. So yeah, Evil Dick's obviously at the bottom. Adam is around where Drew is, if I remember right. Yeah, I think I have Adam way higher than most people. But whatever. Then Dan is higher than, I think, the #1 winner at that point, right? Yeah, #1 winner at that point. Then Jordan's at the bottom right above Dick. Season 12, Hayden is above Dan, so yeah, #1 at that point. Rachel is at the bottom, again, above Dick, but below Jordan. Again, the reason I rank it like that, because obviously those three are looked at as the bottom three. Jordan, who was it? Fuck. Jordan, Rachel, and Dick. Dick's easily the bottom for me. Even though he's the best, I think he's the best player. No, actually, that's not even true. I think Jordan's the best player. But I think Dick's a better player than Rachel, in the sense that I think he understands the game more. I think he's better at social positioning. But the problem with Dick is he's Dick. He's an asshole. And also the reason why he's lower on this winner ranking is because obviously he was blatantly going home at 9 and he got saved. Unlike Rachel, where it's a bit more up in the air, where like there was never really. Like, Rachel wins the veto there anyway. Obviously, the veto was quote-unquote rigged, but it's like, either way, she wins the veto there. So really, if anything, it gives her a buffer, which, again, that leaves up so many possibilities there. So it's like, I feel like that's... Because all it did is save Jordan, really. I mean, because let's just, hypothetically, if the veto was that anyway, Rachel wins the veto, saves herself, Jordan goes home that week at the final 6. So then we're at the final 5, where she wins HOH, and again, Shelly was not beating her in that HOH. So Rachel wins HOH at final 5. She puts up I think she puts up Clea and Shelly. veto is won by Adam. Same thing happens. He doesn't use it, and they vote out Kalia still. And the same thing where Portia votes Shelly, whatever, same thing. So Final Four will be the same thing as it was, just swap out Shelly for Portia, or sorry, Shelly for Jordan, and then I think the same events happen again. Adam wins HOH. I think Portia wins veto, and we're left in the same spot where Portia's going to vote out Shelly over Rachel. I mean, so it's like the game plays out the same way if you really think about it. But again, that's a lot of assumptions. But again, that's all you can really go on. And because there's so many assumptions, I'm not going to discredit her to the point where she's below Dick. Where Dick blatantly goes home that week. Again, there was no way that he was not going home that week unless Eric was forced to save him. So there's that. And then 14 Ian. Ian's pretty low. Ian's like right above the Jordan. I mean, to be honest, Jordan, I think in retrospect looks better to me. The tough thing is that I think Jordan. The thing is, like, Jordan is definitely a better player. I think Jordan, even though it's unintentional, I think she gets to the end almost every time she plays Big Brother. Now, how many times does she actually squeak through and make it to first place? I don't know, but she does well every time she plays, I think. But again, that's not what I'm ranking on. I'm ranking on dominance. But even then, if you look at, I think I'm Josh. I do think she's still third from the bottom, but I do think she plays a better game than most people give her credit for. Obviously, I mean, the problem with Jordan though is that, and again, a lot of that's being unintentional though. So I don't know how much credit you would really want to give that. But it's like again, in terms of who's a better player between Jordan and Josh, I think Jordan's a better player. But Josh played a more dominant game in the sense that, even though his game wasn't dominant either, I mean, like, he's like one spot above her, but it's like, at least he had the strategic mind to do things. I mean, like, again, like, at least he intentionally did things. I think that's what I'm trying to say. While Jordan never really did. And he understands the game more and whatever, so, yeah. But yeah, Ian, I think I have Ian below Josh, I think, right? And to be honest, I think in retrospect, I might have Ian below Jordan, too, if I'm being honest. I think the more and more I think about Ian's game, more shitty it is. Just because, again, I mean, he plays okay. I mean, again, he has a tough first week if Boogie doesn't win that competition to save him. And then we get to, he plays okay during the pre-merge afterwards. But even then, it's like in the Quack Pack, he's not in the majority. Like, he's the easy fifth man out. In the Quack Pack, which is what he really banked on at final, by the time they got to the jury at Final 9 or whatever, and from Final 9 on, he wins out, where, I mean, and he was forced to win out from, like, Final 8 on? And from when he wins that stupid veto thing that they introduced to save Dan, that didn't save Dan, but instead Dan does Dan's funeral. But it's like, Ian, I mean, again, I think Ian's a pretty terrible winner. Again, had very little control over most of the game. So it's like, yeah. I mean, like, he actively gets tricked almost every single week in that season. I mean, like, I shouldn't say every single week. From Final 6 on, he pretty much gets tricked the entire time. So it's like, again, and then obviously, like, he would have been taken out 6 if it wasn't for that. He gets saved at 4 just by the grace of Dan, and the fact that Shane and Danielle were a duo at the Final Four, which again, he had no intention of that being a thing. Again, if it was intentional, then sure. Like, if it was like I don't know if Godfrey really did this, but it's like, I could see someone like Godfrey doing that intentionally, where he ended up with Brittany. I think he said that he did it intentionally, right? I forgot, but either way, like, where he at the Final Four, he was with the duo and then Ashley, where it's like he's safe no matter what. Because, like, in a Final Four situation on Big Brother, if you're there with a duo and then you're the third person in the duo, you're pretty much safe. I mean, if you're the third person with that duo, you're safe no matter what. Because if the fourth person wins the veto and is the deciding vote, they won't vote out you, they'll vote out one of the duo. While if the duo win one of the HOH, they're going to vote out the person on the out. So it's like, if you're the third person in an alliance of 2 at the Final Four, that's not the worst thing in Big Brother. However, obviously it's tough at the final HOH where you have to win that final HOH or you're fucked. But at least for positioning at Final Four, it's not bad. But again, Ian didn't do that intentionally. Either way, who fucking cares? I mean, best case scenario for the person in third there is obviously for the person on the outs, the fourth person, to win veto and then vote out one of the top two. But either way, who cares? We're done. Next episode we'll continue on. I'll probably record that tonight. It's yeah, it's pretty late actually. But yeah, thank you for watching.